Hello guys, so welcome to the second video of the Power Automate series on CoffeeKeyboard. In the last video we saw how to take input from user, do switch cases and then display a grade. In this video we have a new task. The the primary task for this video is to learn files and folder related automation in Power Automate, right? And the first task that we are going to do is check a folder for a specific PDF or specific extension and delete every file of that extension. So the task would be delete every file of a certain extension from a folder. So I feel that this type of automation could come really handy when you're actually working on something. Like, let's say you're on a job where you have to copy every Excel in a folder to a different folder, or delete all the photos from a folder, or transfer it to a different folder. So all of that kind of stuff is what we are trying to cover in this video. So let's just go ahead and get back to our home screen, create a new flow. We'll call it YT files and folders. So let's just call it YT2 task 1. So what I'm planning on doing is trying to include the links to all of the flows that I'm building in the video description. So if you guys want to go and check that out directly or run that directly onto your system, so you could do that as well. So the task right now we are dealing with is YT2 task 1. This is YouTube video 2 for this series. So for the convenience of this video, I already have a folder ready with multiple PDF files. So if I were to show you the extension, it is a .pdf file. This is what we are trying to delete, every file with .pdf. And we have two different file formats over here. One is a MP4 and the other is a JPEG file. So let's just keep this window aside and dive right into it. The first thing that we want to do is get all the files from a particular folder, right? So just search for get files in folder. It is as simple as that. Get files in a folder. The folder needs to be specified. So what I will do here is select a folder, or what you could do is go over here, copy this path and then paste that directly into it. But a more GUI approach would be to select the folder, navigate myself to that particular folder. So YouTube is the name of the folder and hit OK. It is equivalent of pasting the same thing. Get all files in that particular folder. Right? If you want, you could include subfolders as well. I don't have any subfolders, but let's just keep it checked, right? And the variables produced is files. So this is what we'll be dealing with going ahead. Hit save. Now I want to iterate through each of the items in those files. So I'll make a loop. So loop through. So for each item in this loop, values to iterate, we want to iterate files. For each file in this files variable, we'll have a current item, right? So that is equivalent to for I in the range 1 to 100, or for I in certain list, for I in list names, where I would be each name in the list as we iterate ahead, right? So I have the current file. I want to check if the file that we have on our hand, the current item, is a .pdf file or not. So our current item is, so it won't directly be current item. We just want to check for the extension. So here in Power Automate, what it allows you to do is click on this arrow right over here, and that loads up a list of all the possible things that are related to the file. We have the time of creation, if the file exists or not, the full name of the file, if the file is empty, is hidden, right? So what we are searching for is the extension. So there's this one name without extension, but all I care about right now is extension. Even in that, we could check for the length of the extension or if the extension is empty. So right now, just get the text value of extension. So it even mentions the type of value that it would be returning. So here we'll be getting back a text value. Let's just go ahead, take that, and our second operand would be .pdf, right? And hit save. So if the current item is a PDF, what I want to do is delete that file, right? So let's search for delete in our actions tab. So delete files. So if current item extension is PDF, then the file to delete would be our variable and the current item. So it should delete the current item. For just the sake of we knowing that the automation has completed running, let's add a display message, right? Call it end screen. All PDF files have been deleted. Save. So I have both the windows side by side over here so that you can see the flow running. What I'll do is run this flow once, and you can see that whenever the file is a PDF, it enters the delete files function and deletes that particular file. So now if we see, all PDF files have been deleted, and to verify we could check our folder where now we have only a image and a song file left. So that is the task 1 achieved for the video. The second task that I want to cover is, instead of deleting the files, let's just move files from one folder to the other, right? So I'll create multiple copies of the image file, right? And instead of deleting those files, what I could do is I could have a move function. So move files instead of delete. Files to move would be current item, destination folder. So let's just create a destination folder also using the automate software. So create folder. Let's create a folder called photos. So first we want to specify where we want our folder to be created in. Document, YouTube, okay. And the name of the folder we want is photos. Then we want to move all our image files into that folder. Move files. Files to move would be current item. Destination folder is the folder that we created, new folder. And if file exists, then do nothing, right? Delete files, we could get rid of delete files, no more deleting files. And what we need to change is, instead of .pdf, we want to move a .jpg file. We could go ahead, check in properties, .jpg is what we want to move. And let's get back to our automate screen and specify a .jpg. Hit save. All photos moved to, and we could specify the path where we are moving the files to. That would be new folder, and we could give the root path. Right, let's run this flow once. What we will see is a new folder which is created with the name photos, and all the files are being transferred to that particular folder. So we see that the files have been transferred to this new folder called photos, right? So with that done, this is the end of our second YouTube video where we look into files and folders automation. I hope to see you guys in the next video soon.